Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Sports Blitz. I'm your host, Daniel Fleming. Let's get right to it. I want to send out a big thank you to my good friend and coworker, Mike. He offered me a idea for this week's topic. He's a big Florida State fan, and so this week I'm going to preview the 2012 Florida State Seminoles football season and give my analysis on how I think they're going to do this season. Mike was telling me that he thinks Florida State's going to win the national championship. So, I mean, those are some pretty high expectations. I expect Florida State to possibly win about, 11 or 12 games. I think they'll improve from the 9-4 record that they had last season. They got a very workable schedule. They get Clemson and Florida at home, and a lot of their tough road games don't come until later on in the season. So I fully expect Florida State to win their division and possibly win an ACC championship, and then obviously time will tell where that leaves them as far as winning the national championship. So obviously a lot of questions still have to be answered, and we still got quite a ways, unfortunately, until the season. Towards the end of August is when the college games really get started. But as far as Florida State's concerned, they're bringing back 9 starters on defense, led by defensive end Brandon Jenkins. I really think that he's going to have a pretty big year, and it'll be important for him to be able to get pressure off the edge and to get a lot of sacks. Having a great pass rush is something that is really much more important these days when it comes to football, regardless of what level it is. And as far as their offense is concerned, they bring back quarterback E.J. Manuel, who has a lot of potential. Obviously, he got hurt last year, but if he can stay healthy, I really feel like he can lead this offense, and it'll be interesting to see what happens with them as far as their offensive line is concerned. They've got a very young offensive line, and how their offensive line plays is going to dictate the kind of year I think that Florida State is going to have. And obviously, when you talk about Florida State, it's very important, to run the football, and it's going to be very important for them to establish a running game to take some of the pressure off E.J. Manuel. And Devontae Freeman is projected to be their starting running back. He's 5'8", weighs about 200 pounds, and he too has a lot of potential, and it'll be interesting to see if their offense can show some cohesion and if they can find that balance, and if their offensive line can step up and have a great year. Like I said, I think they've got a very workable schedule, and once the preseason rankings come out, I fully expect them to be ranked somewhere in the top 15, possibly even the top 10. And then, of course, time will tell how they do throughout the season, if they can manage that schedule. And hopefully for Florida State, they can return to the same prominence that they had when Bobby Bowden was the head coach. Of course, Jimbo Fisher is now the head coach, and I really think that he's a very good coach, and I look forward to seeing what Florida State does this season. So that's about it for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see all of you next week.